For Ronald Reagan, when all of the elites and the media said he couldn't win, you just might be a conservative.
I think he's doing this.
If you think our primary role of the federal government is to provide a strong national defense, which includes building a wall, you just might be a conservative. If you think terrorism is more than a nuisance, but a true danger to our way of life, and you're not scared, and you know the problem, it's called Islamic radical terrorism. If you can say that and say it often, then you just might be a conservative. If you honor the sacrifices by our men and women in Europe in uniform by faraway places like Iraq and Afghanistan, Vietnam and Korea, and all the others past and present who have defended our freedom. If you honor their sacrifices, you just might be a conservative. If you teach your kids to do the same, you just might be a conservative. If you believe in traditional family values, no matter what Hollywood says, you might be a conservative. If you think the federal government is inefficient and are ashamed the way they've treated our veterans, if you want the government to stay out of our health care, and let's get rid of this disaster called Obama. I think there might be a conservative or two in our hall today. How about this? If you think of somebody's name when you hear the word crooked, and if you think it's time to drain the swamp, you definitely are, my friend, a conservative.
We don't mean Gainesville.
Drain the swamp! 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 Drain the swamp!
It's a clear choice we're facing right now. Here's the choice. It's a choice between more open borders, more debt, more promising everything to everyone when we can't even honor the promises we've made already. It's a question of more terrorist ransom payments, more left-wing lunacy, more taxes, more illegals, more pay to play, more deceit and more lies, more cronyism, more crooked deals, more cheating and more lies, and or a Trump administration dedicated to upholding long-held conservative principles of limited government, strong national defense, including a wall, individual responsibility and principles that will make America great again. 5 days left. 5 days left. We've got a long way to go, and there are many on the other side that want to keep the swamp just the way it is. How about the media, better known as the Clinton campaign team? Hollywood, elite Republicans, Wall Street bankers, college professors, Zuckerberg, George Soros, Black Lives Matter, a former Miss Universe. These people are standing in the way that we must defeat them as well. Give them Wall Street, I'll take Main Street. Because as a team, we can do this. Ladies and gentlemen, it is truly up to us. Florida is a big prize, and if we don't win Florida, our chances are dim. That's why it's up to us to have the conversation with our friends, our neighbors, our crazy uncle that needs a little talk. Talk about the choices, talk about what's at stake. And together we will win as a team, and we will make America great again. So ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Donald J. Trump, welcome once again to the Donald J. Trump President Make America Great Again rally and tour. in Jacksonville, Florida. We've got an outstanding lineup of warm-up speakers, going to keep you on your toes, going to challenge you, going to inspire you to have those conversations. Go out and make a call or two, knock on a door, and do great things for our cause. The stakes have never been higher. Would you please help me welcome to the stage a person who has really taken up the cause in a big way in her role as chairman of the Duval County Republican Executive Committee. She's a former president of the Florida Federation of Republican Women and has been a team of women who helped to build the nation's largest coalition during the 2008 election cycle. Please welcome our party chairman, Miss Cindy Graves. Please welcome to lead us in our national anthem, Miss Sienna Pereira.
Just out a few minutes ago, the new Rasmussen poll has up 3 up right now. 3 up nationwide. We're leading in Florida. We're leading in Ohio. We're leading in Iowa. I think we're leading in North Carolina. Doing well in Pennsylvania right there. But we are leading all over. I'll tell you what, we are going to have something that's going to be very special. Get out there on Tuesday. Don't fail. Who has already voted, by the way? It's about 82%. Gotta vote. We're on the cusp of something that's so amazing. It's historic change.
Women for
A
Trump!
transfer of power from a failed political establishment. We're going to return that power to you, the American people. There is more breaking news that I'd like to share with you right now. It was reported last night that the FBI is conducting a criminal investigation into Hillary Clinton's as Secretary of State. In other words, the FBI is investigating how Hillary Clinton put the office office of Secretary of State up for sale in violation of federal law. The investigation is described as a high priority. It's far-reaching and has been going on for more than 1 year.
Hillary's fired!
It was reported that an avalanche of information is coming in. The FBI agents say their investigation is likely to yield an indictment. But just remember, the system is rigged. Just remember that. And reports also show the political leadership at the Department of Justice is trying to protect Hillary Clinton and is interfering with the FBI's criminal investigation. By comparison, 4-star general just last week, James Cartwright, highly respected, is in very serious trouble for doing a tiny fraction of what Clinton did. May go to jail for up to 5 years. Think of it. General Cartwright, last week, 4-star general, respected by everybody, a tiny, tiny fraction may go to jail for now 5 years. And General Petraeus' life and reputation has been destroyed for doing nothing by comparison to what Hillary Clinton did. She shouldn't even be allowed to run for the office of president. And that is where the system is rigged. She shouldn't be allowed. There's also reported that the laptops of Clinton's top aides, which had been slated for destruction, were not in fact destroyed. Good job by the FBI. And that the FBI has been successfully using them to gather information for their criminal investigation. Further, they have found new emails as part of the 650,000 emails just recently found. Can you imagine 650,000? What do these people do? No wonder nothing gets done in government.
Fire, Donald!
I guess you say those 650. Remember the 33? Well, the 650,000 also the wedding and some yoga. Right? Finally, it is believed that no less than 5 foreign intelligence agencies successfully hacked into Clinton's illegal and secure server, which contained classified information, creating an ongoing security threat to the United States. Think of what happened to so many people for doing so little by comparison. Think of it. Hillary Clinton has engaged in a massive, far-reaching criminal conduct and equally far-reaching cover-up. She created an illegal email server to shield and guard her activity. So simple. So simple. Should have happened a long time ago, folks. Now we're going through phase 2, which sounds like it's even worse than phase 1. Should have happened in phase 1.
Benghazi!
But she was protected by the Department of Justice.
Benghazi!
She illegally transmitted confidential information and then lied about it to Congress.
Imagine that.
She illegally destroyed federal records, including 33,000 emails, after receiving a congressional subpoena. And she made 13 phones disappear, some with a hammer. Who in this room has gotten rid of a phone and then smashed the hell out of it with a hammer? Anybody raise your hand, please. Raise your hand. I see one hand over there. I see a hand there. What business are you in? No, I don't want to know. I don't want to meet her.
They found Hillary on it.
She engaged in corrupt pay-for-play at the State Department for personal enrichment. She lied to the FBI and she lied to the American people many, many times.
She never told the truth.
Remember, she lied 39 times. I don't recall. Well, those are all lies because she recalled every one of them. These are sad events for our country. A high-ranking government official has been caught selling her public office, threatening national security, and engaging in a massive criminal cover-up. If she were to win, it would create unprecedented constitutional crisis. Here we go again. You remember the impeachment investigation for many, many years. Also likely to conclude in a criminal trial. This is not what we need in this country, folks. We need somebody that's going to go to work, to bring our jobs back, to take care of our military, to strengthen our borders. This is not what we need. It's going to be a mess, and they say it.
No, I want you in the picture.
This is going to be a mess for many years to come before they figure it all out. We don't need that. We need a president that's going to go in and do a good job. And I just left, by the way, Miami. And in leaving, I see Air Force One. So I said to myself, I wonder who that could be. And it's our president. And he's down here campaigning for crooked Hillary. Now, why isn't he back in the office? Sometimes referred to as the Oval Office. Why isn't he back in the White House bringing our jobs back and helping our veterans? Why isn't he back working? He's campaigning every day, and I actually think, considering that she is under criminal investigation, I think he's actually got a conflict.
He's covered up for himself.
And one of the things that taught us, WikiLeaks, he knew she had a lot of wrong things going on, you know that. That also came out. Obama knew what was going on, by the way, just in case you didn't know. He knew. This guy ought to be back in the office working. He's not going to be there very long.
Impeach him today! Impeach him today!
We don't win anymore as our country. We don't win with our military. We don't win on trade. This guy ought to get back to the office and stop campaigning. We will once again have a government of, by, and for the people. Reaction begins with immediately repealing and replacing Obamacare. It's just been announced that the residents of Florida are going to experience a massive double-digit premium hike. Who's got their number yet? Does anybody know? Should I tell you? Do you want me to depress everybody? You just put your head down, start crying.
No, because you're going to be president, Donald Trump.
I don't want to tell you. You know why? Because if I do, you'll be so depressed. I don't want people leaving a speech early.
We don't
crying.
need it, because you're going to be president.
You're not going to like it, folks. In the great state of Arizona, though, as an example, premiums are going up more than 116%. And it doesn't work. Obamacare doesn't work. I'm repealing it. We're going to replace it with something so much better and so much cheaper. Hillary's going to double up. Over 90%. of the counties in Florida are losing Obamacare insurance next year. Think of it. Good luck in that negotiation. In Minnesota, where the premium increase will be close to 60%, the Democratic governor said the Affordable Care Act is no longer affordable.
I got it.
Oh, did he take heat? Him and Bill Clinton. Did Bill Clinton take heat? He said it's crazy, Obamacare. He said it's crazy. They lied to us. The president lied to us 28 times. He said you can keep your doctor, you can keep your plan. Remember, kept lying and lying and lying. Premiums are surging, companies are leaving, insurers are fleeing, doctors are leaving, and deductibles are through the roof. Sometimes $15,000. In other words, you have to spend $15,000 before you start using it.
Yeah. Teach him.
Obamacare is a total catastrophe. Yet Hillary Clinton wants to double down on Obamacare. She doesn't want to
I lost my insurance because of Obamacare.
She wants to double down, making it much more
why I couldn't
expensive
fix
than it is
my
right now. And it's right now ridiculous.
Right?
It's your number one cost right now, bigger than your mortgage. It's bigger than your rent. First time that's ever happened. I'm asking for your vote so we can replace Obamacare.
You got it. Real change also means restoring honesty to government. Hillary was given the debate questions in advance by Donna Brazile. Can you imagine if those questions, because the dishonest media, among the world's most dishonest people, covers it. They hardly talk. Think about it. She got the debate questions against Bernie Sanders. Probably got the ones against me too, but we won that debate very easily. I don't care if she got it. Except that it shows how dishonest. But think of this. Supposing I got the debate questions. Stay
it would be front page of the Washington Post. It would be front page of the New York Times. He must immediately withdraw from the race. What he did is disgraceful. Well, I'll tell you what, they don't even write about it. So Donna Brazile was fired. But why wasn't she fired from the DNC?
Right?
Because what she did was totally dishonest. Did you see her on television the other night? She couldn't answer, well, where did you get him? Where did you get him? Where did you get him? She's gone. That's the question I was asking. Cheater! Where did you get those questions? Where did you get them? Well, I got them, I got them. I don't know where I got them. She should be fired.
Yes.
She should be fired. But much more importantly, Hillary Clinton should be fired.
You're fired! You're fired!
Donna Brazile couldn't answer the questions. She looked like a fool on television.
She is a
But she
fool.
couldn't answer the questions. But you know what was worse? She took the questions and gave them to Crooked Hillary.
Crooked Hillary.
That's cheating. And Crooked Hillary, instead of saying, I'm sorry, I can't accept them, we have to report this incident.
Oh, yeah,
She took
right.
the questions, went in, and had good answers for Bernie. At some point, doesn't Bernie Sanders get tired of it? They're calling him all these names, they're cheating on him. Doesn't he tell his supporters to go vote for Trump at some point? And I haven't seen one story where Hillary Clinton, they blamed Donna Brazile a little bit, very little. But seriously, can you imagine if it was me that got those questions?
Oh, you'd be fired, Donald.
They would reinstitute the electric chair. Right? Front page news.
Yeah, you'd be fired.
She's a very dishonest person, probably the most dishonest person ever to run for the office of president.
Vote for Trump.
The Clintons are the sordid past. And someday they'll start writing about these dishonest people back there.
Yeah, you
someday
guys!
they will ask the question.
You guys!
Report that she got the confidential guarded questions to a debate.
And someday these dishonest people are going to write a story about it in mainstream media. But we have a bright future. My contract with the American voter begins with a plan to end government corruption. We understand. I want the entire corrupt Washington establishment to hear and heed the words we all have to say. We, all of us.
We as a nation.
There's a lot of us. This is a movement they've never seen this before. That's why we don't want to blow it now, because you're allowed to vote early.
We as
But
a
we don't want to
nation.
blow it in November 8th.
Sorry.
This is a movement like they've never seen it before, all of them. Even the ones that dislike me, which there are quite a few of those people. But all of them. This is a movement like they've never seen in the country. But it will end quickly. It will end quickly if we don't go out to vote on November 8th. So let's not let it end. Let's keep it because we're going to make America great again. When we get on November 8th, we are going to Washington, D.C. We are going to contract is my plan to bring back our jobs. Florida has lost 1 in 4 of its manufacturing jobs since NAFTA, a deal signed by Bill Clinton and supported by his lovely wife, Hillary. America has lost 70,000. Listen to that number. I thought it was a typo. For weeks I've been saying it. 70,000 factories since China entered the World Trade Organization. Another Bill and Hillary-backed deal. We're going to get it back, folks. Don't worry. We're living through the greatest jobs theft in the history of the world. That's what it is. Greatest, think of it. Greatest jobs theft in the history of the world. A Trump administration will stop the jobs from leaving America, and we will stop the jobs from leaving the state of Florida. Okay? The theft of American prosperity will end. And we don't mind that it's 115 degrees in this room, right?
We love you! We love you!
It is hot in this room, but you know what? That's okay. You lose a couple of pounds, not the worst thing in the world. From now on, it's going to be America first. And we will stand up to foreign product dumping.
One nation under God.
And all unfair subsidy behavior, which is a lot. We will also immediately stop the job-killing Trans-Pacific Partnership, a disaster. Another disaster potentially. As part of our plan to bring back jobs, we're going to lower taxes on American business from 35% to 15%. Global warming payments to the United Nations. And use that money to support America's environmental and national infrastructure. By the way, folks, we're sending billions and billions of dollars. We're making our companies non-competitive. Other companies throughout the world are killing us.
Yes.
And other countries don't adhere to whatever they're supposed to do.
Amen,
we're
brother.
sending all of this money. Here's what we want. We want crystal clean water.
Yes.
We want immaculately clean air.
Yes.
And we want great safety.
Yes.
Let's go to town and let's employ a lot of people. We're going to spend a lot of money on our infrastructure, including the deepening, which you need, of the harbor at Jackport. We will become a rich nation once again, but to be a rich nation, we must also be a safe nation. In Chicago, Chicago, 3,715 people have been shot since January 1st. Think of that. Think of that. Almost 4,000 people. 4,000 people have been shot since January 1st. Nationwide, murders have experienced their largest single-year increase in 45 years. Now, the press doesn't tell you that. Because the press is guarding Hillary Clinton.
You guys are the
And the
worst.
press doesn't want them and doesn't want you to know the real facts about your jobs, about all of the things about our military, which is now bogged down in Mosul. Remember I said, why can't we ever go in there quietly, secretly, and do the job?
Thank you. Thank you.
Remember I said the element of surprise?
Thank
And
you.
they came, oh, what does Trump know about it? I know plenty, believe me.
Thank you.
They're bogged down. It's a tough situation. 4 months ago, we're going into Mosul. I kept saying every time I turn the television off, I said, oh,
It's sickening.
why do they have to say it?
It's sickening.
We're going to get the leaders of ISIS. We're going in this 4 months.
It's sickening.
We're going in because we believe the leaders of ISIS are in Mosul. 4 months, 3 months ago. We are going into Mosul. We're going to get those leaders. Problem is, after we said it the first time, within about 12 minutes, they were gone. We are led by stupid people. Remember that. Wouldn't it be nice if we didn't talk, we did the job, and you had the news conference a week later?
Amen. Amen, Donald. Amen.
Exactly.
A Trump administration will work with local and federal law enforcement to end this growing crime wave. It's very substantial.
Amen.
Every child in America has the right to grow up in safety and in peace.
Amen.
Yes.
We will also keep you safe from terrorism.
Amen.
Hillary Clinton wants a 550% increase in Syrian refugees. That's above Obama's unbelievable thousands and thousands coming in. Her plan would mean generations of terrorism and extremism spreading across your schools and your communities. And that's one of the reasons we have all those women for Trump signs, okay? The women don't want this. And by the way, I have to tell you, I think I have tremendous support from women. We're going to keep our country safe. You know, they say, well, what would you do for women? I say, start off with, we're going to keep our country safe. Is that good? Is that a good start? I think we're going to do tremendously with women. We're doing tremendously with African Americans. You see that? You see what's going on? You see it? You see what's going on? They're very, these characters in the back, they're very discouraged because all these lines, people with hats on saying, make America great, buttons, shirts, but big reports about tremendous support from groups that I was not supposed to have as much support from. It's throwing them a little bit off balance. They're not happy. They're not happy. The protected one is not being very well protected. When I'm elected president, we will suspend the Syrian refugee program. We will keep radical Islamic terrorists the hell out of our country. We will build safe havens and we'll do things
I want
over
to see
Syria.
the back.
Other countries to pay for it. We have $20 trillion in debt. But we'll get, the Gulf states have a lot of money. They got tremendous money. They'll pay for it, I promise. Because we have to take care of people. But honestly, we have enough. Hey, folks, we have enough problems in this country. Look at what's happening to Germany. Look at what's happening to France. Look at Paris. I have a friend, every year he goes to Paris. I haven't seen him in a while. Paris, oh, the city of lights, he's telling me. For years, Paris. I see him like a month ago. How was Paris this summer? Oh, I don't go to Paris. Are you kidding me? It's no longer Paris. He hasn't been there in a long time. We're going to have our country be great again, folks, okay? We're going to do it. We're going to do it properly. We're going to do it through love. We're going to do it in a lot of different ways, but we're going to have our country be great. A Trump administration will also secure and defend the borders of the United States. And yes, we will build a great wall. Fortune at the border and through trade deficits. Our trade deficit with Mexico is enormous. Just in case you, well, it's enormous with everybody. Why should they be any different? Right? Mexico will pay for the wall. 100%. They might not know it yet, but they're paying for the wall. We received the first ever endorsement from our ICE and Border Patrol officers. They tell us the border crisis is the worst it's ever been. It's a national emergency. The immigration officers warned in a letter that Hillary Clinton's plan is the most radical immigration proposal in U.S. history, and that it will lead to the loss of thousands and thousands of lives. That's what they wrote. As Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton allowed many, many people, the most dangerous and violent criminals in the world, to go free because their home countries very intelligently wouldn't accept them back.
Yep.
So we take a killer, a drug lord, a vicious gang member, bring them back to their countries, and then say, turn that plane around and get them out of here.
Yes,
Hillary Clinton's State Department would say, oh, wow, that's too bad. Oh, well, we'll accept them. And they go on the streets and they kill people. Hillary Clinton supports, and I guarantee you one thing. In 4 years or 8 years, I guarantee you one thing. There won't be one instance, not one, where one of these murderers or drug people or gang members, not one instance, folks, where that plane will come back with that person on that plane. Hillary Clinton supports totally open borders, there goes your country, and strongly supports sanctuary cities like San Francisco, where Kate Steinle was murdered by an illegal immigrant who was deported at least 5 times. And we're putting very, very strong language in. Going to be submitted the first day I'm in office. When they come in once, we deport them. When they come in twice, they go to jail for 5 years. When they come in another one, it'll be 10 years. And you know what's going to happen? So it's pretty simple. They hear they get caught again, they go to jail for 5 years. Guess what's going to happen? They're not coming back, folks. Now, our people don't want to do it. Our weak politicians don't want to do that. A Trump administration will cancel all federal funding to sanctuary cities. We will end illegal immigration. We are going to stop drugs from pouring into your communities and poisoning our youth and everybody else. And we will deport all criminal aliens quickly from our country. We will also repeal the Obama-Clinton defense sequester and rebuild our badly depleted military. Our Navy is as small as it. Have you heard this? I mean, to me, this is sad. And then you wonder why China, who's making a fortune with us, they make our product, they take our money, and they're fine. I have a great relationship. I've made a fortune with China. I have the biggest bank in the world as a tenant of mine in New York, China. Biggest bank in the world from China. But you know what? You know what? They're building right now a tremendous fortress in the South China Sea. Not supposed to be doing it, but they're doing it because they have no respect for Obama. They laugh at Hillary. They think Hillary's a joke. She's a joke. You know what? They dream. They go to sleep at night, these tough leaders. You know, they're tough and smart. They're smart and really tough. They go to dream at night. They go to sleep. And they dream that Hillary Clinton becomes president. That's what their dream is. They made a lot of money with China. I'm not sure they like the idea of me, but that's it. And we'll get along great with China. We'll get along with China better now. I guarantee they won't be building forts in the middle of the sea, totally against everything. They're so, what they're doing is such a big violation. But they have no respect for Obama. And they no longer respect our country. Our Navy is the smallest it has been since World War I. We will build the 350-ship Navy that our country needs and desires. That means brand new state-of-the-art ships in places like Mayport, right here. I'm honored, and this is a great honor for me, to have the endorsement of more than 200 top admirals and generals, and 22 Medal of Honor recipients. I'm also honored to have the greatest temperament that anybody has because we know how to work. She spends $1 billion. She spends so much money. I see these ads. People that know me, they say, how can they say that? Now we have, you know what? We have a temperament because we have a certain temperament. It's the temperament of knowing how to win. Knowing how to win. The leaders of our country, boy, you talk about temperament. And interestingly, whether it's Podesta or Bernie Sanders, Podesta said Hillary has bad instincts. And I'll be honest, I've read the things that he has said about Hillary on the WikiLeaks. If I were Hillary, I would fire Podesta so fast. He says such demeaning things about her. She's got bad instincts. I mean, you've read some of the things. It's incredible. You know, how do you have people working for you and then you have to deal with them? And it was all behind her back. He must be a bad guy, I don't know. But to say the things he said about her, she should look at him, say, Podesta, you're fired. But she can't do that. She probably needs him as a witness in the criminal case. But she can't do it. Our new foreign policy will put America first. Hillary brought death and disaster to Iraq, Syria, Libya. She empowered Iran, and she unleashed ISIS. You know, she wants to get rid of ISIS. She's the one that started it, came through the vacuum. Now it's in 32 countries. And I watched her during the debate meekly talk about ISIS. And I said to her, you've been here for 30 years, Hillary. You started ISIS. You were Secretary of State when it started. Why are you going to get rid of it? You can't get rid of anything.
It's sick.
You don't know what you're doing. Now she wants to start a shooting war in Syria in conflict with a nuclear-armed Russia. That could very well lead to World War III. And remember, Putin has no respect for her, either. Has no respect for her. Doesn't like her, doesn't respect her. Doesn't respect Obama, and doesn't like him. Hillary and our failed Washington establishment have spent $6 trillion on wars in the Middle East, wars we never win. And now it's in worse shape than ever before. Wars we never win, folks. They've dragged us into foreign wars that have made us less. And they took us, they opened up our borders. You know, it's interesting, we fight for their borders, but at home we have open borders. Try and figure that out.
Makes sense, don't it?
For their borders, we spend trillions of dollars to do it, but at home we have open borders. And they've shipped our jobs on top of everything, and our wealth to other countries. That's going to end very quickly. And our companies aren't leaving. And if our companies want to leave, there are consequences. If they want to go to Mexico or some other country and build a plant and make air conditioners like Carrier's done, or build cars like Ford is doing, Ford is moving an entire massive division down, all small car production. They want to do that.
You tell them very nicely, I'm sorry. You know, I always joke that I want to make those calls so badly. I don't want to put anybody in charge of those calls. They're so easy. And they should. And our politicians should have done this for years.
Yes.
But you tell them that when you make your air conditioner, your car, whatever it might be, you build in Mexico, enjoy the weather, when that car or that product comes through our very strong border, now it will be a very strong border, there will be a 35% tax. And you know what's going to happen? Now, the politicians know this, but they're all taken care of by these special interest groups that want that to happen. But there'll be a 35% tax, and nobody's leaving. And the ones that do leave, that's okay too, we'll make a lot of money. But nobody says it. Does anybody say it like Trump?
No!
To all Americans, I say it's time for new leadership. Just think about what we can accomplish in the first 100 days of the Trump administration. We're going to have the biggest tax cut since Ronald Reagan, and Hillary is raising taxes very substantially. She's raising your taxes. We're going to eliminate every unnecessary job-killing regulation. We will cancel every illegal Obama executive order.
Yeah!
We're going to rebuild our military and take care of our great veterans. We're going to take care of 22 suicides a day. Not going to happen. We're going to take care of our veterans. And I appreciate all the support I get from the military. There's a big article today on the front page of the New York Times. And they say, boy, does Trump have support from the military. And by the way, and law enforcement. And by military, I mean including big leagues, our veterans, right?
Yeah. When it's over.
Now, big story, the veterans, the military, and law enforcement. We're going to provide school choice, and we're going to put an end to Common Core.
Yeah.
We are going to support the great men and women of law enforcement. We're going to support. We're going to save our Second Amendment, which is under siege. Great people. You know, we have the endorsement of the NRA. It's great. These are great people. The earliest they've ever given. And we will appoint justices to the United States Supreme Court who will uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States. So important. It is time to cut our ties with the failed and bitter politics of the past.
Drain the
Hillary
swamp.
Clinton has been there for 30 years and she has accomplished nothing. Just words and just made things worse.
And no action.
She is the candidate of yesterday. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens to her. So let me ask you.
Stay focused, Donald.
Let me ask you. She shouldn't be allowed to run based on the email scandals and. So let me ask you this question. I've never done this before. Will justice be done or not? Will justice be done, yes or no?
Let's pray. Let's pray. Let's
I'm
pray.
not sure anybody knows the answer. They're protecting her, and it's very unfair. So do you think justice will be done? We're going to have to see. I see the audience like you're so good. I don't know.
Let's pray. Let's pray.
It's very, I tell you what, it's very, very unfair to a lot of people. And you know what? It's very, very unfair to the FBI. You want to know the truth?
Yes.
Very unfair to the FBI. They're out there doing their job, and they're being roadblocked. They're out there doing their job. They're amazing people, and they're being roadblocked. We are the movement of the future. Our movement represents all Americans from all backgrounds and all walks of life. We're asking for the votes of Republicans, Democrats, independents, and first-time voters, of which there are many. We are fighting for every American who believes in truth and justice, not money and power. I'll tell you, we are going to rule the day. This group, we're going to rule the day. This group and many, many, many like you. Every place we go, the love of this country is incredible.
We want nation under God.
We are
that government should serve the people, not the donors and not the special interests.
Amen.
To unlock the potential of every American community and every American family who hope and pray and yearn for a better future. With your vote, we are just, can you believe this, 5 days away from the change.
Welcome, Donald.
Together we will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America safe again. And we